Hey guys, welcome to part 2. Hopefully I don't get cut off. I'm going to try and tell this as fast as I can. The only reason I split this up into 2 is because the video is going to be too long and I won't be able to post one whole long video. So, yeah. So the second time I went to foster care was when I was 15, which is so stupid because the cutoff line for you not having to go into foster care is 16. I was not only super duper pissed off, like every time it was for stupid reasons, more false allegations towards my parents and stuff like that. And I was right in the middle of high school, and then poof, back into foster care. So each time, not only were we taken out of our homes, but we were also moved like 30 minutes away and placed into different schools for the duration of time that we were in foster care. Which, like, I'll talk about this in my other video. I think I'll talk about it in like my teenage years because I don't really want to talk about school. I just want to talk about my experience in foster care, which I know that school and stuff has to do with that, but I'll just talk about it in another video because I don't want to try and make this part too long. So the second time we were placed in and my sister was placed on her own and I was with my brother this time for a little bit. My brother, as you probably figured out from one of my topics in my topic video, is life with a special needs brother. My brother, I'll talk about that in more detail in another video, but I need to bring it up for this part because of the foster care. So when you're placed in foster care, the parents that you're placed with are supposed to be able to take care of all your necessities and know how to deal with people with special needs and everything like that. The home that we were sent to, the parents, they weren't, the woman was very nice, very loving. I loved her. She was Spanish, and I learned how to make empanadas from her, and it was fun for a while. But her husband was a little weird to me, and at that time, they started sending me to like a psychiatrist. So that was fun. I can't even remember anything, really. I think the only thing I talked to the psychiatrist about was the fact that they didn't know how to take care of my brother, so I was taking care of my brother while I was there. And when she talked to the social assistants or not social services and was like, they're not taking proper care of these kids. Because then what happened, so not only was I away from my home, away from my old school, I was placed in a new school, taking care of my brother, and so all this crazy stuff, and I felt so lonely and so overburdened, and I ran away from foster care. And we were like 30 minutes away from our actual home, and I called my friend and I told her, I said, I am running away. Can I come to your place? And they gave us an allowance like every week for doing what we wanted with. It was only like $20. So I remember I was like, I'm just gonna walk to your house from so-and-so to so-and-so, which was a half an hour away drive. But I was gonna do it. I was 15 and a half. So I started walking, and I got like an hour into this walk, and then a cab driver pulled over and is like, do you need a drive? And I'm like, yes, I do need a drive. And I said, take me however far $20 is gonna take me. So they were taking me to, they took me to however far. They didn't even question. Now that I think about it, it's hilarious. They didn't question this 15, like I was pretty mature looking, I guess. I was developed enough, I guess. I don't know. It was hilarious. The cab driver didn't question. He was just taking me, you know, took me where I wanted to go. And then my friend was like, oh, just have the cab driver come here and I'll pay the rest of the fee. So I went to her house, and then the next day we were in Tim Hortons and I was talking to her and stuff. And then the cops found me. And I was like, I'm not going back to the foster care. I want to see my dad and blah, blah, blah. So I refused for them to take me unless I got to see my dad first. I'm daddy's girl. So they took me to see my dad, and then my dad was like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. We're trying to figure things out and stuff. You got to go back with them. And I said, I don't want to go back to the people that were taking care of me. So I think that's when they tried to find a home that was more suited to us. And then my